listeners, to Take 2 of podcast number 117, or as we're calling it, the Trooper Cast, because we're troopers. We have a great podcast for you today, folks. Today is Tuesday, September 13th. We tried to record this on Thursday, September 8th, but we had a power outage. It was really
right
fun.
In the middle of it. Yes, yes, we were really on a roll, and then all of a sudden,
yeah. So we're going to have this out for you, for your listening ears, on Friday, September 16th, the anniversary of Clone Wars Adventures. Yay. So we have an interview with Ted Mepps Stone, the community manager for Star Wars Galaxies.
I'm glad you remembered the coaching that you got on how to say his name. Just remember, it's supposed to be Ted Stone.
Ted Stone.
Yeah.
Mepps, community manager, Star Wars Galaxies, Pax Nora, Magic the Gathering. Star Wars Galaxies is a trading card game.
Mm-hmm. Does he have a kung fu grip?
Oh, probably.
We're going to talk about Clone Wars Adventures. Their first anniversary is this week. We are also going to talk about Legends of Norrath briefly because their fourth anniversary was last week. And we have a great show for you today. So we're going to take it away to the news with Andre.
Thanks, Aimee. Here's your SOE news for podcast 117. In Clone Wars Adventures news, the Season Pass is now on sale. Kick off the Star Wars The Clone Wars season premiere by purchasing the Season Pass membership for Star Wars Clone Wars Adventures. The Season Pass grants your account membership all the way through the show's season finale. As an extra benefit, Season Pass members will also receive a bonus monthly in-game gift. The Season Pass membership begins at the time of purchase and will end on April 1st, 2012 for a one-time payment of $19.99. This offer is available for purchase for a limited time only, so don't miss out on this great deal. Store updates. Player housing has taken on a new form with the addition of the Republic Defender turret as a placeable furniture object, the Camino-themed lot, and a stylish construction set. Jedi and Padawans can also spruce up their personal look by acquiring new Jedi and Clone Trooper gear. Check out all the new items at the in-game store today. School's back in session, but Free Realms has a special Hall Pass to help you get over the back-to-school blues. The Hall Pass grants account membership all the way through the end of the year for a one-time payment of $14.99. As an extra benefit, Hall Pass members will also receive a bonus monthly allowance of 250 station cash per account. That will help you buy a lot of blocks, pets, rides, and all sorts of cool items for your characters. The Hall Pass membership begins at the time of purchase and will end on December 31st, 2011 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. This offer is available for a limited time only, so don't miss out on this great deal. Have you visited the Marketplace in-game recently? If not, you'll want to check the awesome Briarwood Towers lot. Does your home need a little more bounce to its design? Then get the Briarwood Bounce Castle. You can check out these and other items on the Marketplace. If you want to get into Star Wars Galaxies for the final months and the explosive world-ending events, September 15th is your last chance. To play until the end, all you have to do is make sure your account is active on September 15th. If you're not sure, check your account information at SOE.com or ask questions on the forums. Theme decks have arrived in Pax Nora. Play against others using decks of equal power in this new game format. Visit the Marketplace today to pick up the theme deck of your choice. EverQuest Veil of Alaris beta is coming. Get ready because it'll be time for some serious beta testing soon. Do you want an early look at the 18th expansion for EverQuest? And would you like to help make it the best possible expansion it can be? Well, keep an eye on EQ Players and the forums. In other game news, Payday the Heist has started their Facebook page. Check out the official Payday the Heist Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Payday the Heist. All one word. @Gamer featured an Escape from Comic-Con article in their September issue, retracing their journey through San Diego Comic-Con 2011. The article includes their stop at SOE's booth, highlighting DCUO's Fight for the Light DLC pack. Noting the introduction of the game's 7th power set, the article mentions the upcoming PSN titles Payday the Heist and Sideway New York. Stop in your local Best Buy and pick up a copy today. Check out Strategy Informer's in-depth interview with PlanetSide 2's Matt Higbee. The interview gives a brief overview of PlanetSide 2, talks about latency, friendly fire, the factions, and more. Check it out at www.strategyinformer.com/pc/planetside2/312/interview.html. And that is all the news for today. Back to you, Aimee.
And we are back with some delicious tea.
Yes. 3 of us tired, worn out people. Some of us fighting colds, flus, pneumonias, whatever it is. So there's 3 cups of, what is this now? This is the...
Plum and berry black tea.
How lame is that? In the middle of us, we have one Red Bull sugar-free drink. And we have to see how long it is till one of us makes a grab for that.
One of us sickies.
Definitely.
Well, last podcast it made it all the way through.
Well, the blackout kind of
We couldn't see. I mean, I might have made a grab for that Red Bull and got God knows what and end up in HR.
We are recording in a sound booth, so there are no real windows in here. Remember?
Yeah, it was pretty black.
It was a little scary.
As I recall. So, for some reason, Aimee thinks that we maybe drone on a little bit too long, so she's put a timer. She's got the clock going on over there. I think we should just get an egg timer. Just flip it over. Okay, you got 3 minutes to get your point across.
Ding!
Can I use that in other meetings?
That would be
That
awesome.
would be awesome. Anyone who's ever worked for a large corporation knows that we spend 3/4 of our time in meetings and 1/4 of our time trying to carry out the various objectives clearly outlined in those meetings, which are now all overdue.
I'm going to Walmart tonight.
To buy an egg timer?
Yes.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. All right. So we have some listener emails, feedback, and follow-ups. Would you like to read Andrew's?
Sure. I don't have my glasses, so let me see how long my arms are. Oh, there we go. Andrew Diamondhorn writes, I personally like how I was told of what's coming and any plans for either updates or expansions. Which game is this pertaining to? Oh, for Free Realms. Right. Though nothing is planned for TCG, I'm quite excited about what I heard, with Sunstone Valley being planned for this year. Oh, darn right. The Spot the Difference minigame and other stuff I'm quite happy about. I'd like to hear more of the developers talk about the game and how they see things. I also wrote up a wrap-up to post on the Free Realms forums and a few fan sites for people to take a look at and get an idea of what was mentioned in the podcast, as not everyone can see, listen, or find the podcasts. Hence, I created a list from what players asked on a fan site. I'm currently an active builder in the game, and I do help people with issues that they come across while I build on my own houses and lots, so I'm quite interested in things that come up. After all, I do need stuff to do when I have no cash after building for so long. Well, Andrew, we have to tell you that there's a lot coming down the pipe for Free Realms, and are we doing a webcast or a podcast about that? The changes to farming, the
We will
ranch
be
and
doing
stuff?
a farming one in October, the first week, because we got bumped due to the blackout, so we've rescheduled it for next month.
Terrific. There's always stuff going on in Free Realms, though. Love that game.
And we are also going to get a picture of Andrew's house to put in the show notes.
Ah, terrific.
So I have a feedback and follow-up from Chosen One. And he says, I would like to see if you guys can grant non-members a 15-day free membership in probably Clone Wars.
Ah, gotcha.
He says, and I would like to see if some counselor hosted events as well. And as for Star Wars Galaxies, I would like to see more ships like this. And he gives us a big picture.
Which you'll put into the webcast notes or the podcast notes too.
We sure will.
Great. Yeah, the counselor-hosted events, we actually have quite a lot of those in Clone Wars Adventures. We just had our monthly business meeting for Clone Wars this morning. And, there was a recap of all of the events that Lydia does. There's lightsaber duels and hide-and-seeks and the various races in the new lots, the touring of the different homes that people build. There's always something going on. And now, I know Free Realms has an in-game calendar for their events. Does Clone Wars have that yet?
They're working on it.
Yeah, it's not in yet.
Okay. Once that gets in, it's going to make it even easier to find out what's going on.
All right, so we have a fan spot for you today. This podcast is brought to you by Jerry the Camel Guy, and this one was written by Jethel and recorded by Jethel.
Jethel Silverwing of the Jethel Silverwing Show on Kithakor.org?
That's correct.
Cool.
So we're going to let him have a little spot here, and you too can have a spot here. You just have to write it up or record it and submit it to us at podcasts
At SOE.
at SOE.Sony.com.
That's pretty bad. We don't even know our own email addresses.
We have
I'd
so
hold
many.
up a sign with the email address on it for you, but you won't be able to see it.
We can put it in the show notes.
It'll be in the show notes.
And
I love that.
You win $10 as station cash for doing that.
Cool. Which you can hoard up for the next big station cash double weekend or something.
All right. So even though this podcast comes out now, we made sure he got it. All those who submitted, they got it before that date.
Yep, so they could double up.
Wow.
Yep.
That's really cool.
So take it away, Jethel.
Well, hello there, everyone. This here's Jerry the Camel Guy. We just opened up a brand new dealership for used camels, located 3 flicks of a badger's tail outside the Silent City, right here in the sinking sands. We got single hump, double hump. Heck, we got a guy that'll hump you for a nickel. Oh, that was horrible. Lord, please forgive me in my transgressions during this time of great savings. Here only at Jerry the Camel Guy. Used camels and badger kebabs. Bring the family. Have a good old time.
Jerry the Camel Guy is not responsible for burns, bites, falls, stalls, explosive diarrhea, dysentery, or badger attacks that may occur upon your visit.
And we're back. Thanks for that, Jerry, the Camel Guy. We want to wish Legends of Norrath a happy anniversary. A little delayed, but...
Everything's a little delayed. Now, interestingly enough, when we were in here last week recording this, I wanted to do a public service announcement about the plague alert. Sadly, I've still got the frickin' plague. So, I mean, that's lasted longer than anything else I can think of. So, yes, plague alert. This could be the start of the new zombie apocalypse. I also want to say that if there is a patient zero, it's going to happen here at SOE. Because what do? We send people out to the 4 corners of the known universe, right? We sending people to Shanghai. We just sent people to Köln, Germany, right? We all come back with these little diseases. This is a cesspool of breeding for viruses and such. So I figure that SOE is a Darwinian experiment. Anyone who walks out of here alive after 5 years of employment is really good genetic material.
Well, a couple of years ago, before you worked here...
Yeah, you got the worst one.
You were...
Is that why I was hired? Because of the many people who died from the previous plague?
You and, I believe, was it Stargrace?
Maybe.
That was also visiting. We had a couple people sick on the community team.
Oh, I remember. The Midori plague.
Yes, it was the Midori virus. And you both went home ill.
Yeah? She had gone to Japan and got exposed to some viruses there and brought them back here, so none of us had immunity to it.
Okay. All lies. SOE is a great place to work. Please do not hesitate to apply for jobs here. We're all healthy. No problem.
Viruses.
I'm healthy.
We have a good healthcare plan. That counts.
I don't have a cold right now.
Which
is shock.
Not yet.
Which is a shock.
Jinxed.
No,
Jinxed.
right? Because I'm usually like the first person to get
You have
it.
kids, yeah.
And the sickest for the longest.
I've had this now for 3 weeks. It's not fun.
Katie has a stomach virus right now, and I'm like terrified that I'm going to get it.
Listening to Robin in her cubicle, hacking and choking and coughing up her lungs, I can tell you, it's really quite frightening.
Well, neither of you can laugh right now without
No, we can't.
losing a lung.
Ah!
All right. So speaking of where the virus is right now in Austin, we have an interview with Ted Stone. Oh, Ted Stone.
Yes,
Who
Ted Stone.
Who has yet to be infected.
That's because his name is Ted Stone.
He fights it back with his name.
She's getting it now.
Who's going to talk about Star Wars Galaxies. So, take it away, Ted Stone. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a young Padawan named Mepps. Podcast listeners, we have Mepps on the HoloNet for you today to talk to you about Star Wars Galaxies and the world-ending event. We're also going to cover atmospheric flight, eligibility, and anything that pops up related to Star Wars Galaxies. First, let's get to know Mepps a little better. How you doing today, Mepps?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. So, what's your official title here at SOE?
I am a Community Relations Manager. I am the Community Relations Manager for POX Nora, Magic the Gathering Tactics, Star Wars Galaxies, and the Star Wars Galaxies trading card game.
Wow. And did I pronounce your name right?
Yes, that's correct. It's not Mepps.
All right. How did you get into the video game industry?
Yeah, just luck and loving games. I started playing The Realm back in 1998, and EverQuest in 99. Been playing online games ever since. I was just sitting around on the forums one day in EverQuest, and there was a post about a job, and after jumping through about 50 hoops, here I am.
50 hoops. Wow.
50, 60 maybe. Something like that.
Alrighty. So let's talk about the world-ending event for Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Everything.
Well, I can't tell you everything. I actually can't tell you much. I can tell you it's probably better to describe it not as a world-ending event, but as world-ending events, plural.
Ooh.
We're
Okay.
gonna have a lot of things going on in the months leading up to the end, starting September 15th, really. Lots of smaller things which will add up, as you may have read, into a decisive win or loss for one side. Either the Rebels are going to win or the Imperials are going to win. And the losers are, the quote is, going out with a bang.
Okay.
So,
What kind of, can you give away any hints on what these events are going to be like?
a lot of them will involve Galactic Civil War type things, short-term things. A lot of them will be in-game, it's an afternoon, something happens, if you're there you can help or not. And we're going to involve actually all different kinds of players, so crafters and players who aren't into PvP necessarily will not be left out of. They will be able to contribute to the Galactic Civil War in some way.
That's really cool. All right, so what are you most excited about with all this excitement going on?
Seeing the very last thing, which I cannot in any way talk about, is going to be really, really exciting. But other than that, I'm just looking forward. I don't know if looking forward is the right way to say it, but watching the sunset on Tatooine for the last time, that's going to be something special. The events will be great, and it'll be exciting. But at the end, once they're kind of all over, this will be kind of a unique and special moment in MMOs and in online worlds to be able to see the end with all your friends around you, to get to say goodbye together.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that in a bittersweet kind of way.
Yeah. Are any of the events going to be announced so players know when to show up? Or is it all going to be spur of the moment type thing?
It'll be both.
Okay, a little bit of both.
Yep.
All right, so people should keep their eye on the Star Wars Galaxies webpage and just play.
Yes. Be in the game. Make sure you are still active to be able to play.
Can you tell us anything about atmospheric flight?
Also, no, I can't. No, if you haven't been on the test server, if you haven't played it, it's really impressive. Flying around, just to describe what it is, it's flying your spaceships, your X-Wings, your TIE fighters, whatever, in the planet's atmosphere. So in the land game, in the world, in the sky. You can see other players, NPCs, buildings, everything from the air. And players on the ground can see you flying by, can see you engaging others in combat.
Wow.
It really provides a new and uniquely kind of Star Wars way to see the world and experience the world.
That's really cool.
I highly recommend trying it out on test server if you have not had the chance to, because it's worth the trip over there.
Okay. So there's been some confusion, but what do players need to do to be eligible for the final months?
Yeah, our initial messaging on that was a little bit confusing, but we've simplified things, and the only thing you need to know now is have an active account on September 15th.
Okay.
If you can log in and play on September 15th, then you can log in and play until December 15th.
Okay.
So that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. All right. So what are you playing right now?
What class am I playing?
No, any game. What games are you playing right now?
I play...
We ask we always ask everyone that.
Well, I'm playing Galaxies because we've only got like 3 months left, and once it's gone, it's gone. I'm playing a Jedi in Galaxies. I'm also playing EverQuest because I cannot stop. And Pax Nora too.
Okay. So, before we sign off, is there anything that you forgot to mention? Anything that you need to tell everybody? Anything like that?
Well, I was just going to say, for Galaxies, 3 months is a long time. Don't waste it. Savor it. It's going to be fun. Come enjoy it with us. It's ending, but it's still a great ride.
That's good. That's good. Well, thank you so much for joining us for the interview portion of the Troopercast, podcast 117. We hope you enjoyed meeting Mepps and hearing about the world-ending event, Atmospheric Flight, and the eligibility. If you can log in on the 15th, you'll be able to log in all the way up to the end. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Are we back yet? Are we back yet?
We're back.
I keep waiting for Aimee to say that so I can make fun of her every single time on every single podcast.
I need to like do a Google search on how to say we're back, or listen to some podcasts or like TV shows.
So one footnote to the whole Ted Stone legend is the fact that he picked for himself an avatar name called Mepps, which many people read as Meeps. So I think that's perfectly appropriate for him.
Ted Stone. Meeps. It's like the opposite. They're like polar,
He looks a little bit like Beaker too from the Muppets, so he could use more reddish hair. Oh, see, look. Laughing sets up a flurry of coughs.
Somebody grab that piece of lung off the floor there, please.
No, the next person to use this sound studio is in all sorts of trouble, right? They got Robin's virus, they got my virus, they've got Amy's as yet undiscovered virus. Oh.
Maybe we should ask Andre if he has any Lysol.
I'll add some of that to my tea.
All right, we're going to talk about Clone Wars Adventures.
Oh,
celebrating
terrific.
its first anniversary on Friday.
I'm really excited with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course that coincides with the relaunch of the new season of Clone Wars.
The TV show, yeah.
On
Comedy,
Fridays.
or not Comedy Central.
Cartoon Network.
They both start with C's.
Oh my gods.
My brain is maybe my brain has a virus.
It's so
we all moved a little farther away from Aimee just now.
All right, so we have lots of gifts to give our players for the anniversary. Every player that logs in receives a one-time grant of 5,000 galactic credits.
That's between the 12th and the 15th.
Right, I'm getting
gotcha.
there.
Okay.
She's rearranging the words. Have patience.
Credits granted upon first login between September 12th at 12:01 a.m. and September 15th at 11:59 p.m. And those are Pacific times.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And then everyone who logs in on the 16th receives a one-time grant of the anniversary version of the first of a pair of Captain Rex's chrome-plated blasters. And this one's called the Vigilance. So the Vigilance pistol will be granted upon first login on September 16th, again between midnight and 11:59 p.m. So make sure you mark September 16th on your calendar.
All right. And then, also on the 16th, you get a grant of Captain Rex's second chrome-plated blaster, the Negotiator. The chrome-plated pistols, the Negotiator, on September 16th, you must log in on September 16th between midnight and 11:59 p.m.
That's terrific. There's a bit of backstory for the pistols as well that we've got here for you. And these modified chromium-plated pistols were manufactured by Theed Arms, and they were presented to Captain Rex to thank him for helping prevent the deadly Blue Shadow virus from being released on Naboo. Apparently, instead, they released it here at SOE. Oh, we're going to listen back on this and go, it sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does. So, in other news, the team is also working on a new minigame to celebrate the season premiere of Clone Wars. Expect to hear more news about that in the within the next week or so.
Oh, so we haven't actually announced that yet. Oh, see, I know what it is.
Do you?
Yes, but no, I'm not allowed to say. Otherwise, Brand will come smack me upside the head. They like to make their big announcements. I think you'll like it, though.
Yeah? All right. So we're also going to be doing some Facebook stuff, articles.
Now, does stuff mean giveaways? It might.
It might. I was thinking about doing some Facebook stuff. Giveaways.
You heard it here first. Aimee has now committed to giving you free stuff on Facebook.
We're always doing stuff on Facebook. Let's see. So game updates on Facebook, on the forums. We'll engage the community in several fun discussion threads, which has already started, actually.
Oh,
I saw one of those posted this morning.
Well, it's past the 12th.
That's right. Oh, yeah, it's the 13th. See? I told you my brain has a virus.
And we moved even further away from Aimee. We're now sitting across the studio from her, and we're building up a wall.
That's why they sound muffled. I'm closer to the microphone.
Yeah, but we're closer to the exit.
Trivia events. Let's see. During the event, you guys love these. The trivia events, emissaries will ask players trivia questions about Star Wars, the Clone Wars. Most of the questions will come from the Season 3 episodes. Players will come up with the answers for them and will give rewards to the first people who guess the correct answers.
That's pretty neat. Mm-hmm. Then there's hide-and-seek events where the emissaries will select a player lot, an actual player lot, to run a hide-and-seek play session. The emissaries will then hide somewhere on the lot, and the players will need to find them. The first 3 to 5 people that find them get a reward, and then they hide again. Now, I don't know if you've toured many of these lots, but I mean, some of them would be really difficult to find folks on them. The lots are huge, and the constructs that players build on them are enormous and real impressive. I'd love to participate in that.
Then there's some reenactment events. Players will be invited to sign up for time slots to present a skit in-game. During their assigned time slots, players will perform a reenactment scene from Star Wars, the Clone Wars Season 3. We'll have a stage set up and have others stand around the base of the stage. So
an audience as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And we're going to have a speeder bike racing event. These are always popular. Where the emissaries will challenge the citizens in speeder bike racing. And everyone is welcome to come race against each other during the event. And this event will start in the hangar. Where else?
Then we have lightsaber dueling events. Told you my brain's off. During this event, the emissaries will challenge citizens to lightsaber duels. So everyone is welcome to duel them during this event as well. This event is starting in the training room.
Yeah, make sure you duel the emissaries. It's really fun to beat them, you know. It makes you feel a little bit taller.
Taller, yeah.
Are you going to be helping in those?
I hope so. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, Clone Wars Adventures is really a cool game. I had play a little Twi'lek in that game. It's quite neat. Oh, and finally, of course, dance parties. These are a staple of Clone Wars Adventures. Everyone loves those. And we'll have the emissaries there. We can have some dancing, have some conversation. And it's strictly a social event. No prizes, no pressure, no nothing. Just come and hang out. No dots. Zatoja is going to be after you. It won't be a lightsaber duel. It'll be a lightsaber execution.
Oh, we should have Nayli and Zatoja lightsaber duel.
She'd win.
She's had a lot of practice. So we should have a schedule of all those events on the website and on the forums as well. So go check it out. Join us there.
All right. And there's going to be several website articles throughout the week, including a calendar, like we just said, highlighting all the anniversary additions to the game. And it'll be really exciting.
If you haven't actually tried Clone Wars Adventures, this is a perfect time. It's been developing for a long time. The marketplace has all manner of really cool stuff that you don't need to win anything, but it's just neat to get all the different outfits. The game itself is a collection of a whole bunch of mini games, and there's absolutely something for everyone in there. And it's free.
Yep, that's right. So now it's time for my favorite part of the podcast. What are you playing?
Wow, is that the new lead into that?
I don't know. I do something different every time.
We should set that to music or something. Have an echo effect.
It could be like a rap. What?
No.
It
sounds more like, Mom standing at the head of the stairs to the basement going, "What are you playing? I told you to take the garbage out an hour ago."
So, Robin?
I've been playing a lot of EQ2. We did that bonus experience weekend, and we sat and played all weekend, got to level 55 before I had enough and had to log out.
Clear your brain.
How many hours a day were you playing when you were doing that?
Probably 9 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
3 days. And finally said, no more.
Now that is a marathon.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering how
Only
you got
2 fights.
to level 55. Only 2 fights between you as you were playing? What were the fights about? Who has to go out and get fast food? Who has to take the dog out?
We're different players. He wants to go in and grind and get to the highest level quickly.
Oh.
I want to go do the quest, and I want to go explore, and I want to get my harvesting up. And he's like, no, we're leveling! Stop fishing! If you go to the supermarket, I'll harvest your mining so we can do the Caledon quests.
Awesome.
As for me, I've been playing, well, Clone Wars Adventures because it's real easy to just jump into the game, play, have fun for 10 minutes or 2 hours, and then jump back out again.
Yeah.
Now, and I have to admit that, as you know, here at SOE, we play a lot of competitors' games because they're fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's important to support the industry, and we do it for research purposes, but mostly they're fun. So last night, we finally bit the bullet, repatched Lord of the Rings online, and Eric and I played that for a while, and the first half hour was spent standing around go, what this do? I don't remember what any of me attacks do. How do you get to the inventory again? Oh my God, how do we change these settings? It was... And that's the problem with going back and forth between a lot of games, which we do a lot of.
Yep.
But, you always have to invest that half hour. You need a beer and the forums, so you can figure out how to play the damn thing again. But we had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that trouble when I haven't played like EQ2 in a while, and I'm like,
Hit C.
C? No, I know.
And this is where I make me plea to game developers everywhere. Please don't reinvent the wheel.
No.
Please use the same
Yes.
basic interface commands, because if you're going to hide your commands somewhere else so that I have to spend 2 hours looking for where everything is, I'm going to go play Clone Wars again. Please make it easy for those of us who hop from game to game. And I think that's an increasing number of players these days.
Yeah.
Yes.
And where's my screenshot key? Is it
Oh.
this one?
Rekoske? Is it minus?
Is it F12? It changes like every game. But I agree.
It's like quantum physics
Yeah.
in some of these games.
I've been playing EQ2.
Yeah.
I got my crit mate is 99%. Ooh, yeah. Almost ready.
99% what?
I have no idea what that number means.
Really? So how do you know?
I'm told it just says it up. There's like this
Yeah, it
little.
tells you all of
it
it.
tells you your stats, and I know I have to
Oh.
be 100% to be in my guild's raid. So I'm almost there. And
You see.
yeah, my hit points are there. Good. Yeah. So I've been doing the PQs, the public quests.
PQ, yo.
PQ, yo. Those are really fun, actually. It's really cool.
Aye, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
So I've been doing those, and I haven't really been playing anything else besides, the coloring game. Yeah.
The colouring game.
My kids got a new coloring book, and so
Nice.
they want mommy time, and so,
Ah.
yeah. I got a huge stack of sheets to bring with me to work today, and so to combat what Robin did to Lydia's cube, I added to it, and then she goes, but it looks like it's a strawberry shortcake character. She wants what Robin put up on there, so I added one as a chat bubble, and it says emissary. So yeah.
All right. Now, you see, you can't make these self-referential inside joke
Maybe I should
things on the
post
show.
a picture.
You're going to have to post a picture, and you're going to have to post an explanation. So basically, Lydia, known to many of you as Zatoja, is the community manager for both Free Realms and Clone Wars Adventures. And when she logs into these games, people are constantly asking her for emissary, 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 emissary. And they also ask her for the DOTs, the dots, which are little claim codes that you can get items with. So they run around spamming her for days at a time. So Robin spent 4.5 hours
When the power was out.
Oh, when the power was out, yes. Hopefully on her own time, not the time paid for by you subscribers. She had little stamps made for Emissary and DOT, and she went through and stamped about 8 blocks of post-it notes and then put them all over Lydia's cube so that she could be constantly surrounded by the same spam she gets in-game.
Lydia said she was going to use them for a live quest at Fanfare.
Oh, so that she can spread the love and joy of the spam?
Yeah, so it's gotten so bad that, like, we do it to Lydia when she rides in the carpool. Like, she'll get there. Can I have a dot? And so,
Do you want a sticky note? You can just hand her.
Yes. Yesterday was Carlos's ninja's birthday, and so she posted on his Facebook, "Happy birthday, Carlos! Do you want a dot?"
That's good.
So she's using the humor herself too. So.
You got to do something to cope with it. So add 2 images to this webcast notes, please. One, an image of all of the dots and emissary notes that are now in Lydia's cube, and second, get Lydia to give you one of the screenshots in game of where people are spamming her with this stuff, because it's truly epic.
Spam.
I'm not
Okay.
encouraging you to
No,
do it.
not
Please
encouraging you.
don't. No.
Please don't. Please
It drives
don't.
her bananas.
But just so that you can get an idea of what she's coping with, because it's not just one person, it's everybody that comes up to her.
All right, folks. We got to wrap this lights out.
Oh, it's the end, is it?
Yes, yeah.
We didn't lose power this time.
Well, hey, we're not done yet.
Oh.
So,
Faster.
welcome to podcast. Yeah, just kidding. Thank you for joining us for podcast 117, the Trooper Cast,
Or the Plague Cast.
the Plague
Take
Cast,
your pick.
you know, whatever you want to call it. We hope you enjoyed hearing Ted Stone's interview and learning about the world-ending events in Star Wars Galaxies. We hope you enjoy listening to us chatter about Clone Wars Adventures and its first anniversary.
And that you'll join us in game this weekend.
Yes, we hope you join us a lot because we are going to have lots of in-game events this weekend in Clone Wars Adventures. And maybe one of you will send us an egg timer and you can hear it go ding. I'm just kidding.
Don't.
Send us an egg timer.
Please don't.
I'm going to do it anyway. You know where I am. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Yay, thanks.
Be well, all.
Bye.
Don't catch this.
Should I read that?
No, I can't do it. I was going to read it as Yoda, but, you know, it would just sound kind of weak. I actually had to do Yoda once for our game Star Wars Galaxies a long time ago. Kat needed somebody to do Yoda, and so Brian threw me in here, and I was like,
Hard to see the dark side.
but that's all I can say is Yoda, really. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Are you rolling? Were you rolling through all that? Oh, gosh. I'm sorry to make you have to edit all of that. Okay, ready? The Season Pass grants your account membership all the way through the... Have you visited the marketplace? Okay. Let's take it down a notch, people. EverQuest, Veil of Alaris. Oh, wait. Okay, I said that too dramatically. It's like, in a world where EverQuest Veil of Alaris is coming. Okay. Check out the official Payday the Heist Facebook page at https://www.facebook.com/Payday the Heist. Okay, that was unnecessary. The heist. And that is all for the news for today, Backy. Backy. And that's it for the news. So back to you, Aimee.